So I can't count the number of scenes in Black Clover where the scene is just a bad guy just laying into a good guy. By which I mean just talking shit about them for an extended amount of time. Um, oh, you're so weak, you're the worst, how could anyone ever be your friend, what kind of person, blah, 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 blah. It might not be a good guy, it might be a weak person the good guys are going to protect. Um, and there are so many of these scenes, especially early on when everyone finds out that Asta can't use magic. And it's really that is the biggest thing that sort of makes me wonder if Black Clover is ever going to sort of display any real nuance or uniqueness or anything that's really going to make it special among shonen series. I'm specifically talking about the anime here. I watch it every week on Toonami. The episode actually just ended as I'm recording this video. This week's episode is 2 o'clock a.m. right now. So I don't know anything that happens in the future in the anime. Don't know anything that happens in the future in the manga. And I just kind of wanted to record this because, I think there's most of the time a reason why we have these sort of cookie cutter shonen shows. I think there's always a reason for them. Fairy Tail was the one, and Fairy Tail ended. Sure enough, Black Clover had come along recently and sort of took its place. And I think there's always going to be a reason for that show because people want something where they don't need to invest too much thought into it. They just want to invest, emotion. I think a lot of people who watch these shows, they know that what they're watching is not really too great, but they like the pretty visuals. And, it makes you feel things if you let it. And even Black Clover has done that to me a few times. There's elements of defending, the downtrodden and that can appeal to anybody. But I do wonder if it's ever really going to get any more unique. Because I think even if these cookie cutter shows, even if, like I said, they work, or there's always going to be one that's popular, I still feel like I don't get how the authors don't want them to be anything more. And that's a big thing that I wonder about these shonen authors. It's like, if you become a shonen author, a mangaka, you've clearly read a lot of manga. So you don't, I don't think, just keep writing these same scenes of the villains laying into the good guys and just being total assholes. Oh no, the bully's picking on the mean kid. We gotta watch this for a couple minutes before the hero comes in. And then another thing you don't do is put the freaking romance in. That's really what spurred me to make this video before I was thinking of the other thing. Was this episode where they go to like a dating mixer and Noelle follows them. Because she's like maybe jealous of Asta getting a girl, but then she's like, oh no, I'm not. And it's like, you are going so hard on this Noelle Asta romance so pretty early in the show, if it's going to be a long manga. Naruto did the same thing. And from what I know about Naruto, which I read quite a bit of the series, but not nearly all of it, I think it tends to shove those aspects to the side or treat them with a little more seriousness a little later, which is good. And I think Naruto is, quite a good series, certainly above something like this or Fairy Tail. And but this show is just like using this stupid romance thing as this just bringing it up again and again for comedy. It's like, where is this going? Why do I give a shit? And as a manga author, you have to know that these scenes are what's expected. They're what's normal. They're what's boring, really. You know this. Any reader over 15 knows this. Yet you keep writing the scenes, and that's I think the thing that you might want to think as a reader or viewer is, oh, they don't know, they're just it's a cookie cutter shonen by a cookie cutter author. He thinks, ooh, this is a good shonen story. It's a good story. I'm going to write it. I don't think that's true. Something that's happened in several shonen, even good ones like One Piece, is the authors will specifically make choices such as keeping characters who seem totally dead, bringing them back to life because of the audience and who they want to appeal to. And I think that's exactly what's happening with something like Black Clover, where the author maybe doesn't really want to write these scenes, but he ends up writing them anyway because he thinks I need to be even more cookie cutter than what I originally thought of, because that's what's expected of me, because that's what the fans actually want. And it's proven to be true because these shows have become popular. I do wonder if the shows were a little more unique, if they wouldn't be even more popular, because the shows that do get really popular tend to be the unique ones. My Hero Academia, not a cookie cutter show. You can say it has cookie cutter aspects. I've heard that. The characters in My Hero Academia are extremely modern. They have a lot of nuance. The manga takes place in the modern day. It's about, school and sort of tackles many problems that school kids in Japan might have if you take away the whole hero veneer of like wanting to be successful, wanting to be the best, having pressure from your mentors. And so, I think the mangas that really have that unique creative spark in them are the ones that get successful. And it's just kind of sad because, Black Clover, there's some verve in there. There's some coolness in there. And it's just a shame that it's so many more aspects than just what I'm talking about here. I mean, the whole comedy of the show, the whole Sister Lily thing, which is also brought up in this episode, so lame. I completely forgot about that because I didn't like it until they brought it up again. And the character archetypes. Everybody's got a thing. Everybody's got a little quirk, It's not My Hero Academia. I mean quirk, real quirk. And it's sad. And I think that's, if Black Clover continues on the way it is, just like Fairy Tail, I think in a number of years, people aren't really going to remember it once it's done, You got to do something a little unique. Soul Eater was a series that did, like, just the bare minimum of uniqueness, like, which was mostly in its art. Like, not even in its characters. It was mostly in its art that it was unique, and people remember that show. So that's just what I'm saying. I think that's the video. Comment what you think about Black Clover. Thank you for watching.